Constantine, my dear Annie. I New York girls, can't you dance the polka?
Hello. This looks as if this is apparently this is day one of the Jester challenge. I was intending to travel from Cardiff round to Pwllheli where the event starts on Sunday, but I've been looking at the weather and it's not going to work on Sunday at all. The wind in Cardiff is going to be non-existent or slightly on the nose, and then it gets increasingly calm all the way through the week. So leaving on Sunday, I was not going to get to Pwllheli at all by sailing. So I made an emergency decision this morning. It's Wednesday, and I've decided to sail down the Bristol Channel as far as I can, using the tide. So I got the top of the tide at 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm now headed out past Barry and rapidly on the way, hopefully to Swansea. I don't know how far I'm going to get on this tide. At the moment we've got really nice wind behind, 15-20 knots, so we're cracking along at, I don't know, 7 knots or something, which is as fast as green Tambourine can go. I think as fast as I've ever been in her. So we're going to see if we can get to Milford Haven by, well, tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes. How about this? An East Cardinal boy with a bell on it. Fabulous. Helwick Pass. This is a little cut through between the shoal on the other side of that buoy and the shore over there. It's about half a mile wide, I suppose. I'm hoping to get to around Worm's Head in the next hour or so. So we'll see how we go. Okay, finally round Worm's Head. Been slow because I took no notice of the tide and kept going against it. There's Worm's Head. Lots of seagulls screeching. I've just a second ago had 2 dolphins right by the boat. They seem to have gone. Hoping to show them to you. But there in front of me, that's Rhossili Bay. That's where I'm going to anchor tonight. So yes, we're nearly done. Well got here before sunset. There's over there. That's the Worm's Head again. Doesn't look very big on this camera, does it? Never mind. So there we are, there's one little boat over there. That's the only other soul in this whole bay, so that's rather a treat. So I've got everything stowed away and sorted out, so what can I do now? Safe passage, I suppose. So here we are. It's morning in Rhossili Bay, and last night it blew quite hard. The wind was howling, and little anchor seems to be very good because I'm still exactly where I was last night. Of course, this morning now the wind has dropped completely, so there's nothing really to speak of at all. But I think it's going to come up in the next hour or so. So grab a bit of breakfast and get ready. Yep. Green Tambourine's been in the water for well over a year, so I was a bit suspicious there might be some fouling on the propeller. So I popped the camera in the water to have a look, and In fact, it's fine really. So it's just that it's a very small motor and a very small propeller, and I need to be patient. Yep. Yeah, and while I was at it, the log which records the speed the boat's moving through the water via this little paddle wheel hasn't been working for quite a while, and I couldn't figure out why. And so I sent the camera down, and it actually looks pretty clear, doesn't it? Pretty clear. So there we are. Just have another little look at it, and yep, there's really no obstruction. But anyway, I did manage to figure it out in the end. The great thing with being anchored up in a quiet bay like this one, with no other boats too close, is it's a very good opportunity to put the mainsail up before you raise the anchor, because raising the mainsail is a bit of a faff, and if you can get it done without anything else to think about, that's brilliant. So because the boat naturally tends to lie back downwind from the anchor, the sail goes out really nice. You just hoist away and up it goes, flaps around. Now, of course, we don't want the sail to do any driving while we're trying to get the anchor up, so leave everything really slack. Once you've got it tight, fiddling about, and then you can go forward and get the anchor up and be ready to sail away. It took an absolute age to get the anchor up, because it was really well bedded in thanks to the strong wind overnight, and also there was a lot of chain out, so it was as much as I could do. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes to get the thing up and stowed away. So now I've got a plan to be able to use a winch to do that in future. So once the anchor's up, you can just bear away on the tiller and start sailing. Fabulous. Here we go. Now this is the best bit. When you've got all the sails up, everything's working, anchor's put away, and bombing along across the sea, nothing else in sight. A little bit of trimming needed there maybe. So what do we do now? I think what we do is we put on the gun. Over there is Skoma, Puffin Island. Lovely place, you can go and visit it. No dogs allowed. And it's Friday the 9th, and I've been watching. Last night I got to Dale and found that the public pontoonage, which is in the middle of the bay, which is usually a great place to stay, because of the strong easterly wind it was completely untenable, and the green Tambourine was going up and down like a, I don't know, like something very bobby up and downy. So I aborted that and beat all the way up to Milford Marina, which is it's a nice marina actually. Obviously very sheltered, you have to lock in, there's no swell or anything, and spent the night there. Foolishly I looked at the weather and I could see that the wind that I thought I might have on Sunday and Monday was actually not going to happen. So I had a choice either to abandon the whole just a challenge or go now. If we're lucky we might see dolphins, because there's a few around the boat here. But yeah, this is what usually happens. You see dolphins, and then you get the camera out. Oh, there they go. There they are. Aha. Excellent. Are they coming up again? Come on, I can see them under the waves. There we are. Some quite young ones there. Yeah, so great. Here we are, we're north of St Bride's Bay now. I don't know if you can see over there St David's Head and Ramsey and all that. And in front of us, nothing but sea. So, here we are. I'm going to have another cup of tea. We're just round about Bishop's Rock lighthouse. There's an awful lot of overfalls and the sea breaking, and it's all quite exciting really, so I was having to pay a lot of attention to all that, and although there was 50 metres of water or so, it was all kind of boiling away, but a bit odd. But now it's settled down, and the wind, which had gone away completely, is back a bit, yeah, reasonable. There we are, that's the wind, 12, 15 knots of apparent wind. So yeah, long may it continue. Pwllheli is getting closer. Hello again. It's Friday night, and today hasn't quite gone as I might have hoped, because started out expecting or hoping for a broad reach, or at least a beam reach up towards Pwllheli, but what we've actually got is pretty much a headwind. Can't get within 40 degrees of pointing at where we want to go. So cracked on with what we can do, heading towards Dublin really, and then I put a tack in, and the tide changed and started coming against us, and so we just went back the way we'd come for 6 hours, and now tide's almost going positive again in the next half an hour. The wind died completely an hour or so ago to absolutely nothing, so we drifted for a bit, and I thought, okay, I'm going to put the engine on. So I put the engine on, 5 minutes later the wind comes up. So the engine's off again, we're sailing again, and yeah, heading just a bit west of north. We actually want to be quite a lot east of north, so we'll go with this and see whether the wind changes, and hopefully, at least if it keeps going, then we can keep moving, and if necessary we can do some tacking. So yeah, that's the update at 9:30 Friday night. Speak soon. Oh yeah, I thought it might be interesting you could have a look at the chart plotter and see what's been happening today. Here it goes. But this red line is the track that we've been sailing on. That's the little boat, that's where we're heading. Where we want to go is somewhere over here. And so earlier on, as you can see, we were going backwards and forwards all over the place and drifting aimlessly without any wind at all. So yeah, that's the track for today. I don't know how it works best. Something like that, I think. Okay. Good morning. And we've had quite a good night, nipping northward with the tide. So the tide's been running with us for 6 hours, and now it's just stopped. So of course we've gone from great excitement to great disappointment as we've slowed right down. But if all other things remain equal and don't break anything, we might get there today. You may be able to hear an engine running. That's because the wind has died away as expected, but fortunately it's not far to Pwllheli. It's just over there in the distance, in fact. But first we've got these interesting rocks on the right called St Tudwell's Islands. So we're going to daringly pass between them and the mainland. This is just off Abersock. I don't know if you know Abersock. Some rather groovy cliffs. And a rather groovy beach over there indeed.